Hey loves, this is Kendra with the Prosperous Projector. And for those of you that are new here, I want to welcome you to my space. Thank you so much for being here. And I also would love it if you would leave me a comment below and let me know if you're new to my corner of the internet. If you're new to my videos, just comment #replay below and say hello to me. And then second, I want to share with you a free guidebook that I've created for you. It's called the Projector Pathway Deconditioning Guidebook. It is for ambitious projector entrepreneurs such as yourself, and it walks you through my 5 deconditioning pillars for projector entrepreneurs. So welcome to our conversation today. So I am a human design guide and inner success mentor to ambitious projector entrepreneurs, and we talk all things human design here: mindset, success strategies. We talk a bit about business, but really what this is about for you as a projector entrepreneur is I want to really support you in stepping into alignment with your true unique frequency as a projector, so that you can begin to work with yourself instead of against yourself and create more ease and create more alignment in your life and in your business. So over the next few weeks, I am going to be sharing with you in these videos snippets from my deconditioning guidebook, and each week we're going to be talking about one of the deconditioning pillars and having some conversation around that. And I'm going to share with you also some beautiful contemplations. One contemplation that you can sit with in your journal and journal about to help you create the awareness and the shifts that you desire to shift your trajectory in your life and your business. So again, I'll leave the link down below for you to download this free guide. But let's start diving into this conversation. So if you are brand new to human design, maybe you just found human design a couple of months ago and you've created your human design chart and you recognize that you are a projector. The first step that you want to begin looking at is deconditioning. And essentially what this is all about, deconditioning is the process, it's an internal process of letting go of habits, beliefs, behaviors, ways of being that are not true to your nature. They're not true to who you are. You've picked up these ways of thinking, these ways of being, and ways of showing up in the world from the people around you, maybe from your family or from your friends or from the world around you. You've picked up these identities and ways of being as a way to protect yourself or as a way to help you at a point in your life to navigate this world around you, but they're not the truth of who you are, right? So this whole process of deconditioning is about letting go of who you are not. Because somewhere along the way, all of us have done this. We have picked up, certain behaviors, beliefs, and ways of being that a part of us created as a way to protect us, as a way to help us to survive and move forward in this world. Well, what typically happens with us beautiful projectors is we operate in these conditioned ways, and it causes us to burn ourselves out. It causes us to feel exhausted. It causes us to feel overwhelmed. It causes us to feel really bitter and wondering, like, okay, this could not be it. There has to be more to this thing called life, or there's got to be more to this business experience as an entrepreneur. Why am I not able to really get the momentum going in my business like I want to? And so the first place we've really got to start looking is at ourselves. We've got to start looking at what's happening on the inside, and we've got to be doing the deep inner work, which, yes, feels very uncomfortable and it does not feel good sometimes, but it is necessary in order for you to get to your true place of alignment, so that you can really be living into your desires, so that you can be showing up in your power, so that you can be the confident and empowered version of yourself that you know you can be. And it all starts with deconditioning. It starts with letting go of things that are no longer supporting you. And in that letting go, it's going to feel really uncomfortable, right? Because maybe you've been operating in this way for years. Maybe you've been thinking a certain way for years. And because of that, right, you're creating circumstances and experiences that give you feedback to that belief that says it's true. And so deconditioning can make you feel a little unstable because You are now entering into a space that your body is not used to. There may be a part of you that feels like, yeah, like this feels really good. I know that I need to rest more, or I know that I need to slow down. And that sounds great to you logically, but your body hasn't quite caught up yet. And so it creates a lot of discomfort internally. And I've found that when we don't have the support around us that we need, or we don't have the understanding of ourselves that we need, that human design gives us, we more easily revert back to those old patterns. And we just keep recreating and wondering why we keep reliving certain patterns or certain experiences in our life. And it's because we don't have that support that we need of a coach or a mentor, or the understanding of our own energetics, of our own frequency as a projector, okay? So what I want to talk to you about today is we're going to go through the very first pillar of my deconditioning guidebook, and I want to share with you what that is. So now that we understand a little bit about what deconditioning is, it's essentially the inner work. It's the inner work of realigning with your truth. The very first pillar in the Projector Pathway Deconditioning Guidebook is slow down. Slow down. And so here's what I mean by this. The very first thing that I did when I learned that I was a projector, first of all, I took a sigh of relief. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, this feels so good. I knew that I wasn't here to show up and work in the way that I had been taught to work, right? Because as projectors, we're not here to be working in the traditional sense of a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5 or whatever it is. We are here to be able to do work of guiding others, guiding the energy of others, and having space in our days to be able to have breaks, to be able to rest, right? To have lots of spaciousness and flexibility in our schedules. And I know that that's not always the case for some of us. I know that depending on what season of life you're in, it may feel like you never have any space in your calendars. But I want to challenge you, because I do know and believe that we do have opportunities in our days and in our schedules to find that space. And so this process of deconditioning means that you've got to be deliberate and intentional about what you're doing. And so the first thing is slowing down. And so when I first started my own journey around aligning with my projectorness, I slowed way down. And what that meant for me is I began to really let go of some of the things in my business specifically that I thought I needed to be doing. So for example, I had a coach and a mentor that I've been following. I still follow this woman. And at the time, I was watching what she was doing. I was like, okay, she is creating all these amazing courses, and she has one that drops like every other month. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is the way to do it, right? I've got to create courses and have one every other month. I need to do a masterclass each month to bring people in, and I need to show up every day online. And so I had all these things that I put on my to-do list that I needed to do. And so I set out and I'm doing these things, and in the process, I recognized that I wasn't able to keep up with continually being able to do this, right? Like I was getting to a point where I was like, oh, I'm exhausted. Like this is exhausting. You know, if this is what building a business is about, then my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. And so when I slowed down, I really began to take an inventory and looked at, okay, what am I doing in my life and my business that I can actually let go of? What is it that's really important to me? And so I want to share that with you today, for you to do this inventory of looking at what is it in your life and business that's really important to you, that connects to your values, that connects to your heart and what you really want to be bringing to this world. What does that look like to you? If you can do things the way that you want to do things in your life and business, what would that look like? Right? And in the process of doing that, you're slowing yourself down and you're looking around and you're going, okay, let me reassess. Let me recalibrate some things. Let me recharge a bit and really focus in on only the things that are important to me. Okay, so what I find typically happens is, as projectors, because we have this undefined sacral, we can be operating on borrowed energy. And when we are operating on borrowed energy, we can get stuck in the on position where we're just going and going and going and going and going. And we're going through the motions and going through the motions. And we may be telling ourselves, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired, but I can't stop. I've got to keep going. I've got to keep going. And really what's happening there is that is fear running the show. Fear is telling you that you can't stop, that you can't slow down, because if you slow down, then you won't achieve the results that you desire, or things are going to fall apart in your business if you slow down, or things in your household are going to fall apart if you slow down. And I want you to recognize that that is simply fear talking, and that you are more in control of how you utilize your energy as a projector than what you are giving yourself credit for. Okay? You are in control. But what needs to happen is you've got to slow down. And so, number one, if you're resonating with this message, I want you just to comment below the word slow down. Let me know in the comments by saying slow down if you're resonating with this, because when you slow down as a projector, you get to take inventory, okay? And it may feel a bit uncomfortable, but this is where you get to the nitty-gritty of what's important to you and what you value, and then it's quite deliberately shaping your day and your experience around what you need and what you want. And so what this requires is for you to get focused in on you. As projectors, we are so focused on the other, focused on what other people are doing, focused on what this person is doing. And that is great. And that's what allows us to see what we see, right? To be able to guide the people around us and be the wise guides that we are. But then you also have to cultivate a practice of sitting down and looking at yourself and getting really honest with yourself about where you are putting your energy that you don't, where you don't need to be. What are you involved in your business or in your life that you can actually let that go? What is it in your business or life that is draining you? Are there relationships that are draining you? Are there certain tasks in your business that are draining you? And if they are, can you release them or delegate them? Can you delete them or delegate? Right? And that is a great mantra. Like, can I delete this or delegate this? In your household, are there others that you can delegate things to so that you can slow down a little bit and really be able to tune into your energy? Having a practice that you are devoted to each and every day where you just take time to listen, right? Maybe you go for a walk and you just listen. You don't have any AirPods in your ear listening to a podcast or listening to music or listening to an audiobook. You are just listening to what is going on around you, and you're listening to what's happening inside. So one of the things I like to say is, in my practice, I pray and I'm having a conversation with God, but then in meditation or when I'm out in nature, I'm listening. So I want to encourage you to add this practice to your day of just listening. Where do I need to slow down? Where am I giving energy out that is depleting me? What is it in my life that's draining me? What are the mental checklists that I have in my mind that I need to let go of? Where am I trying to show up in my life and improve myself in my career or in my business or in my life? Where am I not recognizing, that where enough is enough? Where am I forcing myself to do things in my business or life when they don't feel aligned with me? Where am I abdicating my ability to decide and create, what I desire in my life to other people? Slow down and take inventory. Reassess, recharge, and then begin to create the life or the business that fits and works with you, with your energy. And be with the discomfort that's going to come up from this. Because remember I said it's going to be uncomfortable because your body is so used to going all the time. Be with the discomfort. Let it be there. and recognize that I'm still okay. Like, I'm uncomfortable right now, but I'm still okay. I can make it through this. And then tap into your mind, tap into your spirit, and say, okay, what is it? Where is it that I get to focus my energy? Okay, so practice that. And then I have a question for you here. Well, a couple of tips that I want to give you from my deconditioning guidebook that I created for you. A couple of them are energy clearing tips, right? Because here's the thing. We are picking up the energy of others that we're around all the time. Have you ever walked into a space and you're like, ooh, like it's really tense in here, or ooh, it feels really emotional in here, or ooh, like this person feels negative, or this person feels like, bright and exciting, or this person feels a little closed off. Like, you're always feeling and tuning into people's energy all the time. And the thing that we don't notice is that we sometimes carry that with us. If someone's having an emotional experience and we're helping them, we will sometimes take their emotional experience with us and carry it with us. So clearing out your body, your energy, is going to be so supportive. So can you get out in nature every single day? Go sit on your front porch, sit on your back porch, go stand in your grass, go stand out your driveway. Like, if you have a beach near you, go to the beach. If you have a park near you, go to the park. But make it a part of your practice to get out in nature. If for whatever reason you're not able to do that, implement taking a hot Epsom bath at the end of the day, right? Sit in an Epsom salt bath and let that cleanse you. Let it cleanse your energy. All right. Lie down on your bed or your floor with the lights off and just close your eyes for 5 or 10 minutes and let the energy that you've picked up throughout the day move through you. Let it release. Visualize. One of the things that I do when I do this is I visualize like my energy just being cleansed and cleared. I visualize in the energy that I've picked up in the day being given back to the earth. Okay. So here's a question for you that's in my guidebook that I want to ask you to sit and contemplate. And the question is, what stories or limiting beliefs do I have around slowing down? What stories or limiting beliefs do I have around slowing down? See what comes up for you when you write down that question. See what stories come up. See what limiting beliefs come up. See what fears come up for you. Because this is a big part of the journey, is awareness, bringing awareness to the stories you're holding, to the limiting beliefs you're holding, to the fears that you're holding that are not allowing you to actually slow down. So once you become aware of them, you can recognize them in play, you can shift them, create new thoughts, create new beliefs, and create new behaviors from this awareness. So, how can you slow down in your life and business? I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, again, let me know in the comments. Type the words slow down in the comments if this is something, and this is a message that you needed to hear today. Let me know what comes up when you sit down and ask yourself the question around what limiting beliefs, stories, and fears are holding you back. If you believe that there's another projector in your life who is an entrepreneur who needs to hear this message, just click the share button on this video. You can share it to your story, share it to your page. Let's get the message out there to help more projector entrepreneurs understand part of the process of deconditioning. And as always, if you're looking for guidance or support around aligning with your design as a projector, or you're looking for a mentor to help you create that inner success, that inner prosperity, so that your external world can reflect that, I would love to support you in that. I will leave my link below. You can book a connection call for one-to-one support. And I'll also leave the link below for my Projector Pathway Deconditioning Guidebook. It's a free resource for you. I'll put that below as well. And I'll talk to you again next time. Bye.